Welcome everybody to this this tutorial of Aspire Software Limited. My name is Gabriel Aura, and I'll be the one taking you through this human resource module. So just like as we said, Positive ERP is designed in modular form, and the name of the company is Aspire Software Limited, as you can see. And then the name of the software is called Positive ERP. So this is one of the modules, which is the human resource module, and this is what we want to discuss today. So if you want to check on other modules, maybe you can refer to other tutorials. You can check on the link down there so that you may converse yourself more with what other modules are all about. So as usual, you will be assigned the password and then be able to log in, just like I'm doing right now. And then it will open, the Positive ERP will open just like that. And this is the interface of the HR module. So as you can see, we have the employees, attendance, we have the payroll processing, we have the accounts, contracts, we have benefits, and then we have leaves. And then here also you can see the leave charts, and then we have notices, and then termination. Then finally we have miscellaneous and reports. So before we go there, I want to show you how you can do the setup of the Positive HR. So this is where you do the setup. Okay, if you want to change your password, this is where you do the password. If there be any printers, you can also set your printers here so that you can be able to print any document that you may require. So there could be serial printers set up, and even scanners. You can also be able to set them there. Okay, so for setup, you just simply come in and click setup, and then of course it will communicate with the server for some time so that for it to be able to open. So as it is opening, you realize that the modules are just easy. You can either click per block here, or you can just select here and then select the module here, and then it will open, and then you find and then you just select the wordings that will come down from here. Okay, so now this is now the setup. So this is the setup that has opened. So this is where you have to do everything, define even the operations of different users on how you're supposed to do. So for your company information, you come here, and this is where you input all your company informations. You can say company name, you can put your company name there, and then your VAT registration, PIN registration. You can put your address 1, address 2, and then you can indicate your email, then you update. So this information, when you input there, it is an information that will appear in all of your documents. Any document that you'll be printing, this is the company information that will appear in those documents. Okay, and then there is a setup of branches, just in case you have branches or warehouses, because the HR module is connected to these functions. Your company can either be a warehouse, or it can either be just any other branch. So definitely you have an HQ module here, and then when you click the plus of an HQ module, we have warehouses. So it could be store 1, store 2, store 3, or office 1, office 2, office 3, all the way. And then if you have remote branches, okay, so this is one of the branch. Let me just, so you find this is one of the branches here. So you can have branch 1, like now you can have branch 2, and then each branch is registered. Okay, so you look at the branch information, you can put branch 1 could be code 1, and then the branch name, the short name of the branch, and then the address. And then here you include the branch type. If it is a supermarket, it's a wholesale, it's a manufacturing company, or it's a factory, those ones you indicate the branch type, and then you say charge type, that is the cost. Now charge type is the cost, is because now we've put cost, and more of the cost to cost prices we've explained in the back office module. Please, you can refer to the back office module so that you may understand why we are indicating the cost to cost, because when you are transferring goods, you may not want to charge your branches, given that it's the same company. So it's simply just when you transfer goods, the system cannot actually calculate the charges of those branches. So you indicate the cost, and then we have the deadlock, there is a lower lock and upper lock. So up to this period, you'll have to upgrade the system or push the date so that you can continue using the HR module. So here you simply come here and edit, and then you do the dating, like you just say edit, and then once you've done edit, you look at here systems, say basic here, and then this is where you change the dates. So after changing the dates, so every year you have to do that so that the system can still accommodate the transaction within that year. So at times you'll find if it is past 2021, you may not be able to open the module. So until it is set like that, you'll find your administrator who will come and do the setting for you. Okay, and of course here there are servers. This is maybe takes the name of the server so that the module can be able to communicate with the server to get necessary data and necessary reports. And then of course the catalogs here, we've put just the POS and then the POS path. So this one is a setup of the HQ, fully from the HQ all the way to the branch. So I've put here as a supermarket mode because my branch, as you can see here, my branch is a supermarket mode. Like you can see here, my branch is a supermarket mode. That's why in the server I've put here supermarket and POS, that is a point of sale. So these are some of the accounts you'll have to set inside the system, like the petty cash is 17905, and then CAP account, this is basically for supermarkets. But for the case of other functionalities, other offices, you may put different functionalities of these accounts, not necessarily the CAP or the cashier float accounts and all that. You can indicate other forms of accounts that are best known to you. So this is where you do the setting of the branches. Now when it comes to users, this is where you input all the users that are going to use the system. So just like the way we are discussing the back office, if you want to add the new user, you simply come here and you say new, and then you indicate the name of a new user. Maybe I could say Paul, this is the new user. Njiri, this is the new user. And then box, I would say password, I would just say 123, and then maybe I can indicate the expiry because the password is supposed to expire within 30 days. So ensure these passwords do expire within 30 days. Now because I cannot put a staff code because Njiri is not my staff yet, so I don't have his data in my HR system. So this is just an example I'm showing you on how you can set somebody within the HR system. So if you want them to also get an email every time somebody tries to log in with your password, the system sends you an email that somebody is trying to log in with your password, you just put a tick there and then you say okay. So that is how you indicate a new person. Now once you've actually added a new person, so this is where you will come. There are operations rights. Now operations rights, there are different rights that you can find in a branch or a warehouse or even in the HQ. So you may say, I want this guy, admin, to have rights just in the HQ. So you only give him rights pertaining to the HQ only. So if he's a manager in the branch, you give them rights pertaining to this branch. Like now you can see Emmanuel here doesn't have rights. He does not have any rights. So I can give him the rights of the branches. So you simply just indicate the branch there, and then you update down here. Okay. So once I have updated down there, so in the HR module, he will only be able to access the branch that is assigned to. So this is how you can assign rights. Now if you want to assign Emmanuel all the rights, then you just simply come here and say click here, and then you do what? You select all down here. You say okay, all. Then he will have all the rights. And then once I update, you can see here selected is 10 of 10. So he has all the rights. Okay, all the rights of the branches. And then when you want him now to come to the branch module rights, then this is where also he can actually, if you want him now to be able to access the back office at the branch, to access different operations at the branch, so this is where you come and give him, you select all the rights. If he's a cashier, this is where you give him all the rights of the cashier. You just simply tick specific areas that you want them to be able to operate. But if he's a supervisor and you want them to have all the rights, you simply click select all, or you just click up here. Okay, you can still expand this by just ticking the tick, and then you expand so that you can see the nitty-gritties of simple rights, every right that is entailed. So you can see all the details of the rights here that you need to assign. Okay, so and at the same time also you can return it after removing that tick there. So this is how you give rights to people in specific areas, in branches, and then also in functionalities on specific functions within the back office and front office. So you see, from the module, from the HR module, which is an HQ module, okay, you are able to give rights from here and update all the branches. Because if I've given somebody a right here, I can simply come here and say update. So once I do the update, you can see here it will also update the branches, all the branch modules. So automatically you don't have to go to the back office and do issue rights again. So once I do it here, right at the branches, they will receive those rights automatically, remotely. Okay, so you only give rights in the back office when you don't have the HQ modules. But since now HR is an HQ module, okay, you can still give rights from here, and then the branches will automatically get those rights. Okay, so at the same time here, you can see now if I come to the HQ, because now this is also an HQ module, you find I have everything. I have all the HQ module rights, they are here, and I can issue rights to different areas. If it is in the human resource, like you can see, Emmanuel here does not have any rights in the HR. Okay, so let me just give him all the rights. I'll just come here and say select all. Okay, and then I update it. So you can see here 0 rights granted out of 344. So all of a sudden it is 34. Sorry again. So all of a sudden here is 344 rights granted out of 344 rights. So he has all the rights in the enterprise module. So if you come to accounts, he doesn't have certain rights here. Like you see the purchases, he doesn't have. So again, I'll give him all the rights here. Okay, and then if I come to human resource here, which I had given him all the rights, 344, and then I come again here at the smart manager, and then I select all. Just come here, select all, and then I give him all the rights. So he has 64 rights in the smart manager. In the enterprise, he doesn't have. And then I also give him rights in the enterprise. Okay, so that is how you give rights. You can still expand if you want to select specific rights for him to have and for him not to have. So maybe if you don't want them to delete anything, you can remove this. If you don't want them to edit anything, you can remove that. You know, anything to do with editing, you can remove, and deleting also you can remove that. This is in case for the staff that maybe you do not want them to delete or edit anything until they are authorized. So when you remove that, you just come here and then you update. Since you've updated, then he will just receive whatever he's supposed to get. Now at times you will find it will be very cumbersome or tedious to go to specific people and do this. Okay, you are assigning them rights of a specific individual. Let's say if it is a supervisory right, or if it is a managerial rights. So at times it is very difficult for you just to come here and do this. So what happens is you just select one person who has the rights that you want another person to do. Like for example, I can select, if I select the admin here who has all the rights, and maybe could be I have over 100 people that I want them to have the same rights as admin. So I cannot go to all those 100 people giving them rights, selecting, you know, each one separately. So what I will do, I'll just come to here, clone. I will simply clone the rights of this admin to all these 100 people that I want. Okay, so I will select source is admin, and then I come rights clone. I can select rights here, and I say I want them to have A, B, C, D, and then target is this guy. This guy I can clone different people, and then when I say start, then all the rights of admin will be transferred, will definitely transferred and be given to these other guys. So these other guys will have the same rights as admin has. So that is what cloning is all about. You can simply just clone somebody's rights to another person's right. And this one majorly happens so much with the cashiers. Okay, you may have over like 50 cashiers, so you cannot just come here and issue rights 50 times to each and every cashier in terms of, like, let's say in the back office. So you can't just come here and say you issue rights for every person, okay, in the front office, every cashier. So you just select one cashier here. So you select one cashier, let's say if it is him, and then you clone his rights to different cashiers here. Okay, okay, so you clone his rights to different cashiers here. So that one is just within a second you've given rights to everybody that is supposed to have all those rights. Okay, and then of course HQ module rights, that is what we've just discussed here. You can issue those rights. So, and then you have these accounts rights, the accounts rights. There are accounts that you can allow somebody to see or to have, and there are those you cannot allow other people to see. Like, for example, the nominal accounts, which some accountants will call it the chart of accounts. So these ones you can allow specific, maybe, accountants to have, so that they may know exactly what is happening. Okay, and then there are some accountants may not have rights to a specific nominal account or chart of accounts. So that likewise also to the banks. There are some of the banks you may allow other people to access, but there are some banks you may not allow other people to access. So if I don't want the guy to have these rights, I will simply remove the tick. Okay, and if I want him to have the rights, then I simply select the bank. Like if it is this him, I will select the bank that I want him to have. Like now you see he doesn't have the rights to DTB Bank here because the tick is not there, but I can give him the rights of DTB Bank, and then I will say update. So once I update, then he will have the rights of DTB Bank. Or simply same way, you can still clone. Once you clone, all the rights that whichever person had will be given to the other person. Likewise also there are people you may not allow them to have the creditors accounts. Okay, all the creditors or the supplier accounts, you may not want other people to access other suppliers. So here you can select which suppliers can be actually accessed to which person. Like now, for example, him, I have given him access to these three suppliers, and then I can update here. Okay, so once I update, he will only be able to access 3 suppliers here. Okay, only 3 suppliers that he is going to deal with. So this is very nice because you can distribute, you can actually distribute responsibilities, so that you don't have over 100 clients, over 100 suppliers, okay, dealing with only one man or one woman or one lady. So it can be sometimes overwhelming. So you can define which category of clients can be assigned to which category of people. Likewise also debtors accounts, also these debtors accounts also you can also do the same, just like the suppliers. You can assign different debtors to different people or to different persons, so that they can be attended to. Or at times you may not assign other debtors to different people. So these debtors accounts, you can assign them to specific people. You can select different debtors to a specific person, so that you may know if it is this customer, then definitely he is dealing with a certain individual in the company. So we also have staff rights. These are staff rights. You can access different rights to different staffs. Now staff rights, it is relative to the branches. Different, they could be in HQ staff. So you can say HQ staff, I can assign only to one person who will be dealing with this. Okay, and then when it comes to branches, also you can say I will assign to him, okay, or her, so that she may be able to deal with branches. Okay, and then I update. So once I do that, already you'll find here Wambui, she will only be able to access the branch and also analyze the staff at the branch level. So that is how you assign rights of specific individuals in the HR system. So there are also these assets. Also you can give rights with assets. So those assets, the branch wise, they are those who will be given all the rights to access assets okay, of all the branches, and then there are those who will be given just specific rights to access specific areas in terms of assets giving. Like now you can see here, the admin has all the rights. This one could be like the directors. They have all the rights. But now you'll find like maybe the supervisor may not have rights, and then the director may assign these rights to these supervisors or managers to access specific functions of the company. So this is what happens. You just access those rights like that. That is how you can issue rights to different people. And then there are these feature rights. These feature rights are positive. Like now you can see in the positive enterprise, which is used to do what we call an IBI. Okay, you can indicate up to how much value, okay, one is supposed to issue, and then you can indicate even the credit limit that one is supposed to have raised. So when those guys, if him, let's say like here, Wambui, you will give her the rights to raise up to how much value of invoice. Maybe you may say up to $1 million. So once it is $1 million, once she reaches the limit of $1 million, invoice worth $1 million, then the system automatically shuts her down until this value that she has raised is fully paid. Okay, or if she will want to raise other invoices, okay, then that one now she'll have to seek for more rights so that her limit can be extended. Likewise, even to the credit notes. So also the credit notes you can put up to what limit. Like, let me say if you can give her up to a limit of about 2 million. So once she raises value, credit notes of value of this, then the system will shut her down. She will not be able to raise any other credit note until this value or the limit is adjusted. So that is how you can monitor. You can monitor and of course once you put the value here, you update so that the system can pick. Likewise also to the positive, to the accounting here, you can see these are some of them. You can raise the GL, you can also add new suppliers. Okay, you can add customs. Like if I click that, the value of suppliers, okay, the value of customers, you can put those limits there. And then also the general age of customers also, you can put those limits there. Okay, so this is just, you put a limit, and then you can also indicate here if you need a trigger email to be sent to you. You simply indicate here and then you put 1. So if I put 1, then it means I've activated this trigger email. Okay, if I put 1 here and then update, then it means I've activated that, so that every time somebody raises anything, let's say if it is an invoice is raised on an LPO, I will receive a trigger email from that. Now if the payment also is posted, also you can put 1 there so that you receive those trigger emails when somebody has done the payments. And then also you have sales module here, maximum credit, any settable credit, and then maximum allowable credit. Those ones also you can indicate the amount or the value of those credits that you want. And then credit note limits also, you can indicate the value there with all the reversals and all that stuff. So you check here again in the nominal module here. These are some of the limits or controls you can input, so that you also put your staff that they may not go over limit in doing things. Like also you can find a loan manager. Okay, you can issue maximum issuable loan. For this, you can give him a loan. If it is a manager, he can only give a loan up to 50,000. So if an employee wants a loan of over 50,000, then they may seek the high authority. So here you can just do the limitations of such, like can maximum issuable amount. You can also indicate that, so that the HR cannot issue something more than what she or he has been assigned. So that is what the feature rights is all about. You just control the value at which somebody or an employee has to operate. And then we have, of course, the workstations. these workstations can be also indicated, so that whatever is done, the report can come to indicate this report was raised from which workstation. And of course you have edit, delete. Of course we've spoken of the clone, and then we have update. Once I do that and then I update, it means everything that has happened here, it will be updated to different branch servers or HQ servers, so that all the rights can be recognized or realized in those servers. Okay, so this is how you can do the setting of the entire HR module before you begin any operations. That is how you can define operations. You can also be able to assign duties to different employees in your premises. That is by using the module HR. That is it for now. You can join us again in the next video and see how we can do, we can employ. We can do the employment, and then we see the biodata of each and every employee as it is moving on. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.